Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. The double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS, who rules well. Peace and salutations to the elect. My name is Aina. The title of the video is There Be Spirits That Are Created for Vengeance. All right, and ultimately, in these last days, right, we need to seek Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right, calling his name and fear him. All right, let me get this. Proverbs 18 and 10, it says, The name of the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Rashad, a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. Right? Because the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Rashad is visiting this place. Right? And seeing all the wickedness and basically, dealing out judgment. Right? Scriptures say Luke 21 and 22, the title there goes into things to come. All right. It says, For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. Right? And the scriptures tell us that it's an evil time, right? And it's punishments for wickedness, right? The wicked of our people. We know the scriptures tell us that 2/3 of our people, will die because they don't want anything to do with the Habashah. All right. Get it the scriptures say they didn't want, looks like, let me grab it. They didn't want anything to do with the Habashah. Okay, slightly. It's Isaiah 30. And 8, Isaiah 30 and 8, it says, Now go, write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord Yahweh Bashar Rashad, which say to the seer, See not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, call the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Right? They wanted nothing to do with Yahweh Bashma Shah. Right? But the name of the Lord is a strong tower. Right? And the righteous run into it and are safe. And that's why you 2/3 is gonna have to know it after death by pain. Right? It says, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because you despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking coming suddenly and at an instant. Right, and that's why a lot of you 2/3 is going through the things that you're going through right now. Right, we're entering into Jacob's trouble, and you 2/3 are going to catch the brunt of this ass whooping, basically from Esau Edom. Right, pursuant to Isaiah 65, it tells us, that we are going to make joy and make merry, but you 2/3 are going to get it. Isaiah 65 and 1. Forget it from 11, actually. Isaiah 65 and 11 says, But ye are they that forsake the Lord Yahweh Bashar, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that truth, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Right, trusting Esau, Edom, right, rebelling against the Lord Yahweh Bashar and his men, right, not listening to the words of Yahweh Bashar. Says, Therefore will I number you to the sword, Ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer, and when I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Right, in the time we're entering into now is an evil time. Ezekiel 7:1, where now the roofs is coming home to roosts basically. However the saying go, the chickens is coming to roost. Now, like I said, we're entering into Jacob's trouble, and you're going to be destroyed. It says Isaiah 65:13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shah, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but you shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. All right. Ezekiel 7:1. Moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shah came unto me, saying, also, thou son of man, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shah unto the land of Israel, the end is come upon the four corners of the land. Right. And Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. All right. And in these last days, all this lollygagging around, just chilling and doing your wickedness, committing sins, adultery, this, that, and the third, killing one another, right? Not listening to the words of Yahweh Bashar Shai, not seeking him, is at an end, right? And it's going to come with death. Scripture say that the same shall know it after death by pain. It says, now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. Right? That's going for a time now. Right? In mine I shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abomination shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh Bashar Shah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashar Shah, and evil and only evil, behold, is come, and then is come, the end is coming. What is for thee? Behold, it is come. All right, and the Most High Yahweh Bashar Shah is going to send you these spirits created for vengeance, right? That He has set for you, right? Ecclesiastes chapter 39, verse 28, it says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their first and appease the wrath of him that made them. Right. So it's the Lord that has done this thing. Right. Let me grab this right here. All right. I'll get to the point real quick and I'll read it at the end. Amos 3:6. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city and the Lord Yahweh Bashar have not done it? All right. So the Lord is doing this thing. He created these spirits. They are created for vengeance. So when you hear the chaos in the city and some uproar in the city and people dying, just know that the Lord did it, and He did it to the 2/3 to the wicked, right? And it was it was done in its perfect time, basically. Ecclesiastes chapter 39 and verse 28, it says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hell and alone. Fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Right? And the Most High is going to send all of those things here: tempest, storm, famine, death, and many death. You say death, but not just any death. The teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, serpents, pestilence. All type of different things and ways you can die, and things that can happen to you before you die, that's leading up to your death. Fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destructions. All right, they shall rejoice in his commandment. So basically, the Lord's going to command these different entities, these different things to basically destroy you, wicked individuals that's not seeking after him, right? That's saying, get him out of the way. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time has come, they shall not transgress his word. So that these spirits that created these different things, fire, hell, famine, all of these different things, they're gonna take hold of you. All right, and do what the Lord wills, basically. Because therefore from the beginning I was resolved and thought upon these things, and I've left them in writing. Now this is a warning, right? This is a warning, and the prophets of now are giving you a warning that listen, The Lord has these things created for vengeance, and He will use them. Right? If you're walking in wickedness, you're not walking in the correct manner. Therefore, from the beginning, I was resolved and thought upon these things and have left them in writing. All the works of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai are good, and He will give every needful thing in due season. And sometimes what's needful is an ass whooping. All right, so you get your ass in order, so that a man cannot say this is worse than that, for in time they shall be well approved. So everything happens in its due season. And therefore praise ye the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai with your whole heart and mouth, and bless the name of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai, because you basically end up dead, you know.
Off the top at 6, a deadly rampage stretching across Florida, leaving 6 people dead in 2 cities. Investigators say one person is responsible before turning the gun on himself.
And tonight, chilling new details on the timeline. And let's get right out now to Local 10's Roy Ramos live in Fort Lauderdale with our top story tonight. Roy.
Calvin and Nicole, investigators say that the suspect killed a woman here in Fort Lauderdale who he was involved in a romantic relationship with. Moments later, he then killed her 19-year-old son, and those detectives say he got into his vehicle, drove 5 hours away where he killed 4 others whom she was connected to.
Relatives of victims seen consoling one another outside of a Victoria Park apartment in Fort Lauderdale after 2 people were found dead inside Tuesday.
It's just horrible for the family.
Neighbor Mark Sienna.
And that's why, a lot of times we try to deal with our own. Right, we try to deal with like-minded individuals, right? The brethren, basically, right? The hopeful elect. We don't too much deal, with the extra, with these people with all this wickedness they got going on. This dude killed some women, and then bro drove 5 hours to kill people that she was connected with. 4 extra people. All right, but obviously the Most High Yahweh Bashim had a bone to pick with them, right? These could be individuals that scoff, at Yahweh Bashim Shai, or anything, scoff at the brothers, and it was their time to go. All right.
Sienna described the moments he said he watched as a man wearing what he said appeared to be a runner's mask arrived at the home and made his way inside.
Saw a guy come running around here, and he went to the driveway and hit the keypad on the garage door, and the door went up, and I just didn't think anything of it. I thought she knew him, and he was just a runner or something, and he had a mask on, but it was like a runner's mask.
While Mark left for work, it's when he returned he could see how Fort Lauderdale police had blocked off the area near Northeast 15th Avenue and 6th Street with crime scene tape. Detectives working well into the night to find out what led up to the murders.
And that person that you saw with the mask, that isn't somebody that frequented the home. That was somebody out of the ordinary.
I don't know. I couldn't see him.
Fort Lauderdale police learning a suspect vehicle was seen traveling north through Punta Gorda prior to a deadly shooting in Sarasota where multiple people were found dead inside of a home. That house located inside of the Amberley community where surveillance cameras show the suspect vehicle entering the neighborhood. Moments later, investigators said shots rang out. The suspect, identified as 51-year-old Russell Cott, first shot a man who answered the door, and while deputies rushed him to a nearby fire department, he ultimately died from his injuries. Deputies said that's when Cott made his way inside and shot and killed the victim's wife, another woman, and another man before turning the gun on himself. While detectives said Cott had been in a prior romantic relationship with one of the victims in Fort Lauderdale, still no word on what motivated him to go on the deadly rampage.
It's a shame.
It was Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. All right, we're in that time now where things it's just the evil time. All right, Ephesians 5:15 says, "See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil." All right, it's the time period we're living in. It's only going to get worse, right? This is going into the 2nd Ezra 15-16, right? Jacob's trouble, right? Daniel 12, all right? Jeremiah 30:6. That's the time we're in right now. You already got ICE, right? You already got ICE and the government coming down hard on the tribes, and things is getting hectic out there, hectic, right? The scriptures say when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn, but when the righteous bear rule, the people rejoice. Roughly paraphrasing the scriptures. So the people are mourning, right? Nothing is correct. Everything is backwards.
Shame. It's a shame that it all happened.
So investigators have just released the names of the victims. Here in Fort Lauderdale, we've learned that 46-year-old Larissa Budaya lost her life along with her 19-year-old son, Ben Azivov. In Sarasota, we're told that 49-year-old Olga Greinert was killed along with 66-year-old Florita Stolyar, 61-year-old Anatoly Lof, and 39-year-old Yaroslav Ludoy. Now, investigators tell us, aside from the suspect having a relationship with a woman here in Fort Lauderdale, they still don't know what motivated Kot to go on this rampage. As we get more details on this, we'll be sure to let you know. For now, here in Fort Lauderdale, Roy Ramos, Local 10 News.
Much more.
Right. And they, who did it? Who did it? What happened? What motivated him? I just gave you some scriptures to show you the spirits are created for vengeance. Right. And in due season, they're unleashed. Right. And we're in a season of what? Evil. Right. Behold, the days are evil. All right. And once again, going to point 6, Amos 3:6, but I'll get it from the top. Amos 3:1, it says, hear this word that the Lord Yahweh Bashmiah have taken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which are brought up from the land of Egypt. Right. And I'm saying it because this is the warning now, because it's only going to get worse. Right. These different spirits are going to be activated in the coming, days. Right. To lay on these sore strokes. Right. Saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Can two walk together except they be agreed? And that's what I was going to. Right. That's why we for the most part try to avoid just dealing with these worldly individuals, right? They don't have the same mindset as you, right? They could have many things going on. They could be committing adultery, right? Just got caught and they're linking up with you, with some people on the way to try to attack them, and you in the midst. Can two walk together except they be agreed? Will a lion roar in the forest when he hath no prey? Will a young lion cry out of his den if he have not taken nothing? Can a bird fall in a snare upon the earth where no gin is for him? Shall one take but a snare from the earth and have taken nothing at all? Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord Yahweh Bashmiah have not done it? Surely the Lord Yahweh Bashmiah will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets. Right. The prophets are now here telling you and warning you of the things to come, telling you to get right with the Lord Yahweh Bashmiah, seek him early while he may be found, or you're gonna end up, on this list of individuals, pretty soon, because the scriptures say that 2/3 of our people is going to get it. And why would you want to? Let me see, 13. Make yourself of that number. Zechariah 13:8, it says, "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashmiah, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as the gold is tried, and they shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh Bashmiah is my power." Right, so 2/3 of our people will be cut off. We're praying like hell that we're not of that number. Right, that's why we call ourselves the hopeful elect, because we want to be the one that's been brought through the fire and refined, and calling on the name of Yahweh Bashmiah, and the Lord hearing us, and him saying that it is my people, and we're saying that he is our power. All right, so the warning, going out, Lord willing, the video is edifying. We want to blow the trumpet on that. Shalom to the hopeful elect, which consists of men, women, and children. Shalom.